Hello, 11th graders. It's hard to believe that we are already talking about 12th grade scheduling, senior year. For those who are crushing it, there's a great job. For others, we may have some work to do to get there. If you need any help, please give me a call, and I can help assist to kind of get you. There's still hope. With that being said, scheduling going to next year will start in March. I still have plans to meet with all of you individually, whether here or virtually, so stay tuned. Please take, keep track of your emails to try to schedule some meetings back then, and I can go all the way to the end of June. So I'm going to take my time with that so we can get this right. With that, I'm going to review your transcripts with you. We'll see if they're on pace. If there's any credit recovery classes that you need, what needs to take place then, and how we proceed there. Where you are as far as a credit audit for graduation, if you're looking at valedictorian, any question you have, I am going to be ready for you, and hopefully I can get that transcript sent to you as well. Moving into scheduling, I'm going to do this in two ways. I'm going to show you a little bit of the PowerPoint that we showed the other grade levels, but I'm going to skip over some of it and I'll kind of go over the schedule form, and I think that gives you a more informative answer to some of your questions that you may have. First is, and you know this core and elective classes. Here's our dates of March 10th to June 4th, as I was talking earlier. We'll post this on Skyward, hopefully June 30th. You know that date's a little fluid depending on where we are in the scheduling. You'll email me. This is important because the master schedule is dictated off of what classes you're asking for. So when you guys come in after August 13th and start asking for class change, it really kind of messes with numbers and where the master schedule is. So if I can reinforce you, look at your schedule, make sure you're comfortable with that, so we can move forward kind of seamlessly. As I said, no schedule changes. Requests will be honored after August 13th. You know this well quick. For graduation, you need 4 years. Every year you have it English. You have 3.5 years of history, and I'll go over that, what your two choices there are to meet the graduation requirement. 3 years of math. Some of you have to kind of take a look at that and see where you are. You may be done and don't want to move forward. Others may be going to college and moving into majors or want to know more. I think all seniors really should, but that'll be up to you for what math classes will be next. Science, the same, 3 credits in science, and I'll review that with your transcript where we are. You'll have a gym class along with foods for you. There'll be the quarter credit. If you finished your half credit in health, you're sometime, usually 9th grade year, you're done. If not, I'll have you cyber class in health. 1 credit in tech, 1 credit in FCS, being family consumer science, and finally your 6 elective credits for 23 at the minimum. Most of you all will be graduating with 26, 27, 28 credits. Parents and guardians, students may choose from the following. I'll go over this in a little bit. Keystone exams, we're out of the woods there. Eligibility, for those students that are D1, D2 qualifiers that are being recruited somewhere in your sport, and you have not gone to the NCAA clearinghouse to build an account, please do so now. This gives us the ability for to provide transcript material to fellow recruiters. Again, that is called NCAA clearinghouse. Go on that website, and it gives you a chance to be on campus or however they're going to do it this coming fall. Class rank, different for you all of how we do it. It's top 5%. Now, I don't have the true number, but we'll look where we are going in our senior year. But you look at the current sophomore class. If there are 243 sophomores, it equates to, multiply that times 0.05, and you'll get how many students will be qualified to make valedictorian that year, and that's a change of how we used to do this. So the more students, the better chance that you have. Core studies, we'll go over that. Again, this is quickly where you're at for your math classes. You're looking at your 12th grade year here, and what options you have going off of the class that you had the previous year. Algebra 2 goes into Trig Pre-Calc, Trig Pre-Calc goes into Stats, Calc, AP Stats, Calc, AP Stats or Calc BC, and then Calc BC to AP Stats. Most of you are looking into either physics or another science elective, or bio or chemistry as AP courses going into next year, or if we have some other classes we make up like anatomy or health science. Your history classes will be mostly for you as Modern American. Other ones, you can replace that with only one of history courses there, and that would be psychology. AP Psych, which is a very hard course as well. Take a look at that if you're interested in. That would substitute for your Modern American. The rest of us will be taking Modern American for half credit, whether it be the freshman semester or sophomore, or spring, sorry. English 4 or AP Comp or AP Lit. Some will be in Spanish 4 or German 3. Some cyber courses that you can go over for next year. They'll be available to you all. You could take a forensic science, a criminology, inside the criminal mind, cybersecurity, world religions, veterinary science, and medical technology. Now, this would be through the cyber program asynchronously, that you will kind of go in at home and then your own time. You would take care of for credit, and you would work with the cyber teachers up there. Forbes Road, a lot of you will be finishing your career there, whether it be in your third or second year, or some of Forbes Road, and I'm trying to think back, maybe fourth or third and a half for you guys. And it's an important year for that, as we will be moving on to what a direction, hopefully in that major that you've done for Forbes Road, kind of move you right into work. Our ROTC program is still available at the moment, depending on how many participants we get for it, and that is at Plum High School. Transportation you will need, but it'll kind of create, as I said, community service, leadership, patriotism, and responsible citizens. We'll go over this, which is for them. All right, so the form I'm going to kind of go over is not set yet. We're kind of working out the kinks, but I want to kind of go over this form with you. And this is important. So when you're in English class, you're here in this presentation, your homework is going to be to build your schedule. And then I will get this form back, and then after that we'll meet, and I'll go over what classes you've chosen, where we are on your transcript as far as graduation. But I kind of want to go over this so you can see exactly how you would go about choosing your courses. You don't want to go overload or go, I'd rather you go more than not enough. But again, we'll have that conversation as I meet with you guys individually for your senior year interview. You'll go through, you're going to plug your name in, first and last name. Now, you as senior, you made it to that exciting early out or early arrival. For that matter, you have options. So you can either come in 1 or 2 periods later in the morning, check in for homeroom and get the class, or you can come in, you can leave after 6th period, after 5th period lunch. You'll have 6th and 7th period to be able to go home. That's the max, 2 periods that you'll be able to go home early and go to work. The qualifications for that, again, are you need a 2.0. Your attendance needs to be at a rate that you're attending school on a regular basis, and your behavior's in check. If you meet those qualifications, you'll have a parent permission form saying your parent is aware that you are going to be taking an early in or early out. You have transportation. If you do not have transportation to leave school, we will not provide you that, because we don't want kids loitering around the hallway without anywhere to go. So that is transportation you need to have, and your parents saying yes, you'll have it, and you are agreeing with that you'll leave the premises and go to work at that time. I'm thinking that the parent permission will go out with this form hopefully then, or maybe later, but hopefully it goes out now so you can get that parent permission to me as soon as you can. Now here's some of our core courses we're going into. Your math, as you know, if you're in Algebra 2, excuse me, you'll just go click the box right here. This is the one I want. You can move on quickly. The sequence, we'll have that up online too for the scheduling presentation. But if you're in Algebra 2, you're looking at Trig Pre-Calc. It's kind of right in order almost. Trig Pre-Calc, right to AP Calc, and then statistics is available to you as well as a 4th year of math. Science, there's many options. Lab assistants will be deleted from this just because of COVID, and we don't have that space really right now. Physics class, honors physics, science and engineering, human anatomy, and bio. Physics and science and engineering, the only non-lab. English. So most of you will be choosing English 4. Some of you guys will be looking at an English comp that haven't had this year, and others that are an AP comp this year. The most of you who are there will be looking at either regular English or AP Lit for your senior year. And we'll talk about that with grades and the amount of work and what you are willing to do your senior year. History. Now it doesn't have Modern American on it, but most of you will be taking Modern American, or you'll be taking one of these AP Psych, no, that's not there. It'll be Modern American, AP Psych, and maybe AP Euro, depending on the numbers. Everyone will have a gym senior year with Foods for You, so a quarter year of gym and a quarter year of Foods for You, as it's been going in the past. Just like this year, you will have that during the spring term, unless things change. Some English electives. We're looking right now, probably journalism and creative writing. I said these are some things that will be changing. We'll be deleting that out of there just because we haven't had participants for that class. But I wanted to kind of give you a feel for what this forum is going to look like. Social studies electives. That's not an elective. That should be up there for requirements. Modern American, U.S. history. The rest of these are your electives. Your African American history, your sociology, psychology, street law. Modern United Nations will not be there. And whenever you're looking at it too, like criminology, there's cyber courses that are offered, as we talked about. If you see a C in front of it, that's the one that you know will be a cyber asynchronous learning. World language. You can choose from one of these to your next gradual step. Business and tech. A lot of these classes are offered to you. Remember, you need 1 credit in tech. Some of you will go further, and that's kind of maybe the careers or future that you're looking into. Art. Not sure if AP Studio Art will be there or not. Hopefully. Your family consumer science. Some of your music courses, guitar, piano, band, orchestra, and the choirs. Hopefully we'll be back singing here soon. Your Forbes Tech, if you're here, click it. If it's full day, again, if you're going to be full day, that's going to be approval as well through Mr. Gavin and Forbes that your grades are on and your attendance is there and everything's going well. You can click on that and we'll check into it. Or if you're going to be taking an internship through them, I need to know that as well. And there's just a PM schedule, and you'll know what class you're taking within the PM schedule of Forbes. No credit recovery. We spoke about this. We will talk. You need those certain graduation requirements we spoke about. So if there's, let's say for English 1, it has not been made up and you did not pass it during your freshman year, we will need to kind of get into credit recovery sooner than later. I think it's 265, at least it was that last year. It'll be a cyber course. And you'll go through it. Now, that being said, I want to kind of go over something to you, and this is new, brand new. And things are going to be worked out as we go through this as far as your schedule. And this is very, very important to take a listen to when you're doing your schedule. One is this, before even, you need at least 5 classes, 5 credits to make you a full-time student. So every kid's gonna have 5 classes and a lunch, at least, moving in both semesters. That'll equal up to 5 credits. Now, I'm gonna read this. In order to be flexible and meet family needs, Mr. Costa created school options with the support and approval of district administrators and the board school directors. The options are this. One is your traditional student. That's what we've always gone through. You come to school, you're in class for the full day or till you're early out, you're getting in-class lessons from the teacher. That's available to you. Second is your hybrid student. Now you can come in for a few classes, English and Trig, let's say. You then have a study hall, and then you can go home and jump back online. Now here's the point: this is synchronous learning. You will have to be online with your teachers during that period. If we then see absence go on, we will pull you back. So you're a full-time student. You also have to have transportation. If you're going to go this route, we'll have an application, and we will have to meet with your parent and yourself to talk about transportation, talk about what the schedule looks like. I cannot promise the classes that you want, because let's say your English class and you want to be in school for English, AP Chem, and video productions, let's say, and you want to be home synchronously for the rest of them. But if they don't fit in that order, I can't promise that that's the way it's going to look, but we will try our best. Your last option is this, is your synchronous, your asynchronous learning. You don't want to sit there and have a time schedule. You want to do school when you want to do it. You will have to go through the cyber program with Ms. Kongursky. Now there's an application process for this. That you'll meet with Ms. Kongursky, you'll do a trial period, make sure that you're kind of jiving with how they do it up there. Everything's working, and they'll move you as a cyber student instead of a hybrid student or a student in here traditionally. So those are the three big differences: your traditional student, your hybrid student, and your cyber student. At some point on the application, you'll click which one you're looking at doing and what classes you're looking to do it on. We will have that meeting, depending if it needs to happen. We'll move on with that. With that being said, I want to congratulate you for the ones who are doing it well and moving into your senior year. It's exciting. We have some things to do. We have some check boxes to check off. And we've done it with some. For kids that are looking at going to college later, we have SATs, ACTs. Mr. Marenzel and I, if you go to our YouTube channel on PHHS Space Media, we've created some visitations for you. Is looking at what it has: colleges, military, and vocational schools, and we're adding as the year goes on. And I know you can't visit, but they're there. So we kind of created an atmosphere where one of our junior students have interviewed some of these mission counselors, so you get a little insight of what that university, vocational school, or military is about, so you can make an informed decision. These are important tools for your toolbox going into your senior year. You want to hit the ground running when you graduate, in the sense of knowing at least what the first step is. Things may change into a different direction, and that's fine, that's okay, but we don't want to kind of have the door hit us behind and kind of not know what our next step is. Let's be informed, and that's going to take a little bit of self-advocacy for you to kind of work at this a little bit and take a look, and it feels better. I know it's a lot of pressure, I know there's a lot of anxiety that goes with it, but I will tell you this from past experience: the more you know, and the more you know about yourself, the better you will feel about the next decision that you make for you. And it's a big one. And again, things will change as you go on, as it does for any. Your majors may not stay the same, or your schools may not stay the same, but you need to start. And we will be there when we talk on our senior interview as well. We'll kind of talk a little bit about what we need to do and how to lessen the anxiety for this, and how to kind of build our next step. I've done this many years, and again, I can't reiterate enough: the more information you collect on yourself, the more informed you are, and the better decision you make. And the conversations that have to happen with your parents are a little easier. You have to give them an idea. You have to add them in the conversation, because they need to discuss how it's going to be paid for, what it's next, and how it's going to be done. The more they're informed, the more you're informed, and the better decisions made. Again, I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on this. This is exciting. It's gone quickly. I can't believe it. That's it. Take care.